What if I told you that sleeping more is not always the answer to feeling more energized? Japan is famous for two things: an extreme work culture and people who somehow function on very little sleep. But this isn't about being unhealthy or pushing yourself too hard. Today, we're going to break down how the body actually produces energy, what science really says about optimal sleep, and how you can actually wake up alert without caffeine. No magic, no fake productivity hacks, just biology. Most people think more sleep equals more energy, but scientifically, that's only partially true. What really matters is sleep quality and sleep timing, not just sleep length. Research from sleep labs shows that once you consistently get around 7 hours of high quality sleep, adding more hours gives you diminishing returns. In fact, oversleeping can actually make you feel worse because of circadian rhythm disruption, increased sleep inertia, and a weaker cortisol awakening response. Energy isn't created by sleep itself. Sleep is basically maintenance mode for your nervous system. Real energy comes from mitochondrial efficiency, nervous system balance, hormonal timing, and metabolic regulation. And this is where most people get it wrong. Despite this stereotype, Japanese people aren't superhuman. They just use three powerful biological strategies: ultra-consistent sleep schedules, strategic daytime micronaps, and high parasympathetic recovery. Let's break these down. Your body runs on a 24-hour internal clock called the circadian rhythm. It controls your body temperature, hormone release, digestion, alertness, and even pain sensitivity. When you sleep at random times, your brain never fully enters deep restorative cycles. But when you sleep at the same time every night, something interesting happens. Your brain learns to compress sleep more efficiently. You enter deep sleep faster. REM cycles become more structured, and recovery becomes more concentrated. That's why someone who sleeps 6.5 hours consistently can feel better than someone who sleeps 9 hours randomly. The brain prefers predictability over duration. In Japan, short naps are socially accepted, but these aren't long naps. They're usually just 10 to 20 minutes. Why does this work? Because of something called non-sleep deep rest, or NSDR. This state lowers cortisol, increases dopamine sensitivity, resets neural firing patterns, and boosts alertness without entering full sleep cycles. Scientifically speaking, a 15-minute NSDR session can restore more mental energy than 1 extra hour of poor nighttime sleep. The key rule is simple: never nap longer than 30 minutes. Otherwise, you enter slow-wave sleep and wake up feeling worse. Caffeine doesn't create energy. It just blocks adenosine receptors. Adenosine is the chemical that makes you feel sleepy. So caffeine is basically like covering up the low fuel warning light without actually refilling the tank. The result is your nervous system stays stressed. Cortisol remains elevated. Mitochondrial efficiency drops and your sleep quality gets worse. This creates a loop. More caffeine, worse sleep, more fatigue, more caffeine. Japanese workers traditionally consume much less caffeine than Western cultures and rely more on rhythm, sunlight, breathing, and recovery cycles. Here's what actually works biologically. Number 1. Immediate sunlight exposure within 30 minutes of waking. Sunlight triggers cortisol release for natural alertness, melatonin shutdown, and dopamine production. This sets your entire circadian rhythm for the day. Just 5 to 10 minutes of real sunlight beats any supplement. No window glass, no sunglasses. Number 2. Cold water on face and neck. Cold receptors activate the trigeminal nerve and the vagus nerve. This increases norepinephrine, heart rate variability, and overall neural alertness. It's a direct nervous system reset. You don't need ice baths, just cold water for 30 to 60 seconds. Number 3. Delayed food intake. Eating right after waking increases insulin, which lowers alertness. Waiting 60 to 90 minutes allows cortisol to peak naturally, fat metabolism to activate, and brain glucose regulation to stabilize. Number 4. Light movement before thinking. Even 5 minutes of walking, stretching, or bodyweight movements activates more energy than any stimulant. Here's the real equation. Energy equals sleep quality plus circadian alignment plus nervous system balance. Not hours, not motivation, not discipline, biology. If you sleep at consistent times, get morning sunlight, avoid caffeine dependency, use short naps strategically, and move before thinking, your body naturally becomes more efficient in recovery, which means you need less sleep to reach the same level of alertness. If you're constantly exhausted, the problem usually isn't laziness. Fix the system and energy becomes automatic. No coffee required. Sleeping less isn't the goal. Recovering better is, and when recovery becomes efficient, your need for sleep naturally decreases, not by force, but by design.